talking about AI impact. Daniel, have you seen the latest AI video generator? It's getting hard to distinguish between what's real and what's artificially created.
It's incredible, Sophia. AI is evolving at an exponential rate. It's no longer just science fiction. It's integrated into almost everything we do.
I agree. On the positive side, AI-powered tools have made my workflow so much more efficient. I can automate all those tedious, repetitive tasks.
That's a huge pro. AI can process vast amounts of data in seconds, helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier or engineers design safer buildings.
But don't you worry about the cons? For instance, the potential for massive job displacement in creative and administrative sectors.
It's a valid concern. We're facing a major shift in the labor market. Some roles will vanish, but new types of jobs that we can't even imagine yet will emerge.
True, but the transition period could be very painful for many people. There's also the ethical issue of algorithmic bias.
Exactly. If the data used to train AI is biased, the decisions the AI makes will be biased too. We need much stricter regulations and transparency.
I also worry about our privacy. With AI being able to analyze our every move, the concept of a private life seems to be shrinking.
It's a trade-off. We get hyper-personalized recommendations and convenience, but we pay for it with our personal data.
What's your prediction for the next 10 years? Do you think AI will eventually surpass human intelligence in every aspect?
I think we'll see artificial general intelligence sooner than we expect. It won't just follow instructions, it will solve problems creatively.
That sounds both exciting and a bit terrifying. If AI becomes too autonomous, how do we ensure it stays aligned with human values?
That's the alignment problem. It's probably the most important challenge for computer scientists and philosophers today.
I hope we prioritize human-AI collaboration rather than replacement. AI should be a tool that augments our natural abilities.
I love that perspective. Imagine a world where AI handles the logic and data, while humans focus on empathy, ethics, and deep creativity.
That would be the ideal outcome. A future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
But to get there, we need to stay informed and critically evaluate the tools we use every day.
Definitely. We can't just be passive consumers. We need to be active participants in shaping how AI evolves.
By the way, did you know that the news summary you read this morning was actually curated by an AI assistant?
Really? I couldn't even tell. It was perfectly tailored to my interests.
See? It's already subtly changing how we perceive information and interact with the world.
It's a brave new world, Daniel. I just hope we're smart enough to manage the intelligence we've created.
It'll be a bumpy ride, but I'm optimistic. Human ingenuity has a way of adapting to even the biggest disruptions.
I hope you're right. Let's keep an eye on the latest developments and keep talking about it.
Deal. Maybe next time we can ask an AI to join our debate and see what it has to say.
That would be the ultimate meta experience. Let's do it.
Looking forward to it, Sophia. The future is closer than we think.
Reviewing a new app. Daniel, have you tried that new productivity app everyone is talking about? It just climbed to the top of the App Store charts.
You mean Flow State? I downloaded it this morning. I've only spent 10 minutes on it, but the first impression is quite strong.
Right? The user interface is so sleek. I love the minimalist aesthetic and the pastel color palette they chose.
I agree. Most productivity apps feel cluttered and overwhelming, but this one has so much white space. It feels very zen.
How do you find the overall fluidity? Sometimes these fancy-looking apps are actually quite buggy and slow.
Surprisingly, the navigation is butter smooth. The transitions between the calendar and the task manager are almost instantaneous.
That's great to hear. I'm tired of apps that lag every time I try to sync my data with the cloud.
What do you think of the core functionality? Does it actually offer something new, or is it just another glorified to-do list?
I think the focus mode is the real game changer. It uses AI to block distracting notifications based on your current task.
That sounds innovative. I also noticed the gesture-based controls. Swiping left to snooze a task feels very intuitive.
It does, but there's a bit of a learning curve. It took me a few tries to figure out how to access the advanced settings.
True. The hidden menus look cool, but they might not be very user-friendly for people who aren't tech-savvy.
Did you encounter any glitches? I heard some users complaining about the app crashing during the onboarding process.
I didn't experience any crashes, but I did notice a small bug where the dark mode doesn't toggle automatically.
That's a minor hiccup. I'm sure the developers will patch it in the next update. They seem very responsive to feedback.
How's the battery drain? Some of these high-performance apps tend to eat up a lot of juice in the background.
So far, so good. It seems pretty well optimized. My phone didn't even get warm while I was using it.
That's a relief. Is there a premium tier, or is the core version completely free to use?
It's a freemium model. You get the basics for free, but the cross-device backup requires a monthly subscription.
I'm always hesitant about subscriptions, but if it really helps me get my life in order, it might be worth the investment.
They offer a 7-day free trial. You should give it a proper test run before committing to a plan.
Good idea. I'll set it up tonight and see if it can survive my chaotic work schedule tomorrow.
Let me know how this smart scheduling feature works out for you. I haven't tried that one yet.
Will do. If it's as good as the UI, I might finally delete all my other half-finished planning apps.
We all have a folder full of those. This might be the one to rule them all.
Fingers crossed. I'll give you a full review over lunch on Friday.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to your pro user insights.
Catch you later, Sophia. I'm off to organize my entire life in 10 seconds.
Gracefully ending a conversation. Daniel, it's been absolutely wonderful catching up with you. I'm so fascinated by your recent trip to Iceland.
It was a life-changing experience, Sophia. I could talk about the glaciers and the northern lights for hours.
I wish I could stay and hear more, but I just realized I haven't said hello to the host yet.
Oh, of course. You definitely shouldn't miss the host. They've put so much effort into this party.
Exactly. It's been a pleasure chatting, but I should probably make my rounds before it gets too late.
No problem at all. I was actually thinking of heading toward the buffet myself. The sliders look delicious.
Oh, before I go, have you met my friend Chloe? She's actually planning a trip to Reykjavik next month.
No, I haven't. That's a great coincidence. I'd love to give her some tips on which hot springs to visit.
Chloe, come here for a second. This is Daniel. He's an Iceland expert. I'll leave you two to talk travel.
Thanks for the introduction, Sophia. That was very thoughtful of you.
My pleasure. It was so lovely meeting you, Daniel. I'll catch up with you again before the night is over.
Sounds like a plan. Enjoy the rest of the party.
I'll be back later. Oh, wait, I think I see the host near the balcony, debating a documentary. Daniel, did you watch that new documentary on streaming last night? The one about the impact of fast fashion on the environment?
I did, Sophia. To be honest, I found it quite eye-opening, but also extremely biased in its presentation of the facts.
I respectfully disagree. I think the filmmakers had to be provocative to grab the public's attention about such a dire situation.
I see your point, but they seemed to cherry-pick data that only supported their narrative while ignoring the industry's recent sustainability efforts.
While it's true they focused on the negatives, you can't deny that the sheer volume of textile waste shown in the film was staggering.
That's a valid observation. However, my main issue is that they didn't provide any practical solutions for the average consumer.
On the contrary, I felt that by exposing the harsh reality, they were encouraging viewers to adopt a less is more mindset.
That might be the intention, but a documentary should strive for objectivity rather than just emotional manipulation.
But isn't the goal of a documentary to spark a conversation? Even if it's one-sided, it has certainly got people talking.
I agree that it sparked a conversation, but I worry that such an aggressive tone might alienate the people who actually need to change.
I understand your concern, but sometimes a gentle nudge isn't enough to change systemic problems. We need a wake-up call.
Fair enough, but didn't you find the interview with the former CEO a bit edited to make him look like a villain?
It was definitely edited for dramatic effect, but his statements still reflected a very outdated corporate mindset.
Let's look at the cinematography, though. The aerial shots of the landfills were incredibly powerful, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. The visual storytelling was the film's strongest asset. It made the abstract problem feel very personal.
I'll grant you that. The imagery was haunting. It's hard to unsee those mountains of discarded clothes.
Exactly. Even if the data was presented with a specific tilt, the core message, That our consumption is unsustainable is undeniable.
I'm with you on that. Perhaps my skepticism comes from a desire for a more nuanced debate on the economic impact of slowing down the industry.
That's a deep rabbit hole. Maybe that could be the subject of a follow-up documentary.
I definitely watch that version. I prefer a more balanced investigative approach.
I appreciate your perspective, Daniel. It's always good to have someone challenge my gut reaction to a film.
And I appreciate your passion. It's clear this documentary really resonated with you on an emotional level.
It did. I've already decided to cancel my next online clothing order because of it.
Well, if a film can change your behavior, then it's arguably a huge success, regardless of its flaws.
That's the ultimate metric, isn't it? Impact over objectivity.
Touché. I guess I'll have to rethink my own shopping habits now as well.
Success! Now, how about we go get some coffee and discuss the soundtrack? I loved the minimalist score.
I'm down for that. The music was definitely one thing we can both agree on.
Selling used items before moving. Daniel, I'm moving to a smaller apartment next month, and I need to get rid of half of my furniture. I've just posted everything on a local marketplace app.
That's a smart move, Sophia. Moving is the perfect time for a fresh start. How's the response so far?
Surprisingly fast. Someone just messaged me about the oak dining table. They're asking about the exact condition of the surface.
Tell them it's like new. You've only had it for a year, and you always use a tablecloth, so there are 0 scratches or water rings.
Good point. I'll also mention that it's from a smoke-free and pet-free home. That's always a huge selling point for used furniture.
Definitely. Are you offering delivery, or is it pickup only? That table is quite heavy and might require a van.
It's strictly self-pickup. I don't have a vehicle large enough to transport it, and I'm not paying for a moving service just for one item.
Make sure you specify that they'll need 2 people to carry it down the stairs. You don't want a solo buyer showing up and getting stuck.
Oh, they're trying to haggle already. I listed it for $200 and they offered $120.
That's a low ball offer. Don't accept it immediately. Tell them the price is firm for now, since the item is in pristine condition.
I'll counter with $180. It's a fair compromise, considering I paid nearly $400 for it originally.
That sounds reasonable. If they're serious buyers, they'll appreciate the quality. What about that vintage floor lamp in the corner?
That one has some minor wear and tear on the base, so I'm listing it for a bargain. I just want it to go to a good home.
You should group the smaller items together into a bundle deal. It's much faster to sell a box of kitchen gadgets than to list them individually.
Brilliant idea. A moving out sale bundle. It creates a sense of urgency for the buyers, too.
Exactly. Everything must go by Sunday. Usually, people love the thrill of finding a hidden treasure at a low price.
I feel a bit sentimental letting go of these things, but it's also quite liberating to declutter my life.
It's the minimalist way, Sophia. Less stuff means less stress when you're setting up your new place.
Smiling, you're right. Oh, look, the buyer agreed to $180 for the table, and they're coming to pick it up tonight.
Success! That's one major item checked off your list. Now, let's start boxing up the things you're actually keeping.
Let's do it. I have plenty of bubble wrap and packing tape ready to go.
I'll handle the heavy lifting. We'll have this place cleared out in no time.
You're a lifesaver, Daniel. I'll buy you a huge pizza once the last box is taped shut.
I'll hold you to that. Now, pass me those scissors and let's get to work.
Deal. This move is going to be the smoothest one yet.
With this much organization? Absolutely. Let's make it happen.
Apologizing for being late. Daniel, I am so incredibly sorry for being nearly 20 minutes late. I feel terrible for keeping you waiting.
I was starting to worry, Sophia. You're usually the most punctual person I know. Did something happen?
I left with plenty of time, but there was a major accident on the main line that shut down the entire subway system.
Oh, that explains it. I heard a faint announcement at the station earlier, but I didn't realize it was that serious.
It was total chaos. I tried to hail a cab, but since everyone was evacuated from the station, they were all taken.
I understand. These things are completely out of your control. Please, take a moment to catch your breath.
Thank you for being so patient. I know your time is extremely valuable, and I don't want my tardiness to disrupt our schedule.
Don't beat yourself up over it. We still have the room booked for another hour, so we can still get through our agenda.
I really appreciate your understanding. To make it up to you, I'd like to treat you to lunch after our meeting.
That's very kind of you, but there's really no need. A subway delay isn't your fault.
I insist. It'll give us a chance to continue our discussion in a more relaxed setting. My treat.
Well, if you insist, I won't say no to that Italian place downstairs. They have the best espresso in the city.
Deal. I've also prepared a printed summary of my proposal to save us some time since we're starting late.
That's very proactive of you. Let's jump straight into the third slide. That's where the most important data is.
Right away. I've also extended our follow-up call tomorrow by 15 minutes, just in case we miss anything today.
Perfect. It seems you've thought of everything to keep us on track.
I just want to ensure that my delay doesn't have a domino effect on your other appointments today.
I appreciate the gesture. You've handled this very professionally. Most people just offer a weak excuse and move on.
I believe a sincere apology should always be followed by a solution. Reliability is very important to me.
It shows. Now, let's look at these quarterly projections. The numbers look very promising.
Adjusting screen. Yes, we've seen a 15% growth in user engagement since the last update.
Impressive. Maybe your late arrival was a blessing in disguise. It gave me time to review the preliminary report again.
I'm glad you found a silver lining, but I promise to check the transit alerts earlier next time.
Deal. Now, let's make the most of the time we have left.
Absolutely. Moving on to the budget allocation.
I'm all ears. Let's see what you've got.
Thanks again, Daniel. Let's get to work.
Let's do it. No more apologies needed.
Disputing a damaged item. Hello, I'm here to pick up my silk blazer and wool coat. The name is Sophia, under ticket number 508.
Ah, yes, here they are, freshly pressed and covered in plastic. That will be $40, please.
Unwrapping the silk blazer. Wait a second. There's a noticeable snag here on the lapel, and the color looks quite faded in this patch.
I'm sorry about that, but silk is a very delicate fiber. It's possible the fabric was already weakened before you brought it in.
I respectfully disagree. I've only worn this blazer twice, and I took photos of it the day I dropped it off. It was in pristine condition.
Let me check our intake notes. Our staff didn't record any pre-existing damage, but sometimes small flaws are hard to spot.
This isn't a small flaw. This is a high-end designer piece made of mulberry silk. The care label clearly states professional dry clean only.
We followed the instructions on the label exactly. We use the gentlest chemical solvents available for these types of garments.
Even so, the outcome is unacceptable. The texture of the fabric feels stiff now, almost as if it was exposed to excessive heat.
I can try to reprocess it for you free of charge to see if we can restore the softness of the fibers.
I'm afraid reprocessing it might cause even more structural damage. I'd like to speak with the manager regarding a formal claim.
The manager is out until tomorrow morning, but I can take down your details and start a damage report for you.
I'd appreciate that. I have the original receipt for the blazer, which costs $600. How does your store handle compensation?
Usually, our policy covers up to 10 times the cleaning cost, which would be about $80 in this case.
Firmly. That's not a reasonable settlement for a total loss of a $600 item. I'd like to see your liability policy in writing.
I understand your frustration. Let me see if there's a more flexible option for high-value designer items.
According to consumer protection laws, a dry cleaner is responsible for reasonable care. This damage clearly shows a lack of it.
I'll mention that to the manager. Would you be open to a store credit or a partial cash reimbursement instead?
I'm not interested in store credit after this experience. I'd prefer a reimbursement that reflects the current market value of the blazer.
Okay, I've noted your request. I've also attached the photos you showed me to the digital file for the manager to review.
Thank you. I'll leave the blazer here as evidence for now. Please make sure it's kept in a safe, dust-free area.
I'll put it in the manager's special rack. We'll give you a call by 10 a.m. tomorrow to discuss the final settlement.
I'll be waiting for that call. I hope we can resolve this amicably without having to involve a third party.
We certainly want to make this right. We value your business and apologize for the stress this has caused.
I appreciate the apology. It's the item's sentimental and financial value that concerns me the most.
We understand. We will do our best to provide a fair solution for both parties.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow morning then. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sophia. Have a restful evening despite the circumstances.
Dealing with overweight luggage. Good morning. I'd like to check in for my flight to London. Here is my passport and booking reference.
Good morning, Sophia. Please place your suitcase on the scale. It looks like you're over the limit.
Oh no, it says 26 kilograms? What is the maximum allowance for economy class?
The standard allowance is 23 kilograms. You are 3 kilos over the weight limit, I'm afraid.
Is there any buffer zone? I thought a couple of extra kilos wouldn't be a problem for an international flight.
Unfortunately, our system is very strict today. You can either pay an excess baggage fee or remove some items.
How much is the fee? If it's not too expensive, I might just pay it to save time.
The overweight fee is $50 per piece for anything up to 32 kilograms.
$50 for just 3 kilos? That's quite a steep price to pay.
I understand. Alternatively, you can move some heavy items to your carry-on bag, provided it still fits the size requirements.
I guess I'll have to do some repacking then. Can I step aside for a moment to reorganize my things?
Of course, there's a designated repacking area right over there by the window.
Okay, Daniel, help me out. These heavy boots and my camera tripod need to come out.
Put the boots in your backpack. They'll take up a lot of space, but they won't count toward your checked luggage weight.
Good idea. I'll also wear my heavy winter coat instead of packing it. That should save at least another kilogram.
You might look like a polar bear, but it's better than paying $50 for air.
All right, let's try this again. Placing it back on the scale. Fingers crossed.
22.8 kilograms. Perfect. You made it just under the limit.
Whew, that was a close call. I'm glad I didn't have to leave anything behind at the airport.
Now, let me check your carry-on as well. It looks a bit bulky. Is it within the 7-kilogram limit?
It should be fine. It's mostly just my laptop and a few documents. It's quite light.
It seems okay. Here are your boarding passes and your luggage tags. You're all set for gate B12.
Thank you so much for your patience. I'll definitely invest in a portable luggage scale before my next trip.
That's a very wise investment. Have a safe and pleasant flight to London, Sophia.
Thanks. One last thing. Is the flight on time or are there any expected delays?
Currently, everything is on schedule. Boarding will commence in about 45 minutes.
Great. Time for a quick coffee before I head through security.
Enjoy your trip. Safe travels.
Booking a mobile pet grooming. Hello. I'd like to book a mobile grooming session for my dog. Do you have any openings available this coming Saturday?
Hi there. Saturday is quite busy, but I can squeeze you in at 2 p.m. What breed of dog do you have?
He's a 2-year-old miniature poodle named Sparky. He's about 6 kilograms and has very curly, dense fur.
Poodles require quite a bit of work. When was his last professional grooming session?
It's been about 3 months. His coat is starting to get a bit matted, especially around his ears and paws.
I see. Does he need a full summer cut, or would you prefer a more specific style, like a teddy bear trim?
I'd love the teddy bear look. Please keep the fur on his face rounded and his tail fluffy, but trim his body fairly short.
Got it. And what about his temperament? Is he comfortable with the sound of clippers and blow dryers?
He's generally very sweet, but he's a bit skittish around loud noises. He might need a little extra patience during the drying phase.
That's good to know. Does he have any sensitive areas or skin allergies I should be aware of?
His skin is quite sensitive, so please use a hypoallergenic or oatmeal-based shampoo if possible.
Not a problem. I always carry a variety of gentle formulas in my mobile van. How is he with nail trimming?
That's the tricky part. He tends to pull his paws away, so he might need a bit of gentle restraint or some treats as a distraction.
I'm used to that. I'll bring some high-value treats to keep him calm and cooperative.
Perfect. Does your full service package include ear cleaning and teeth brushing as well?
Yes, it's a comprehensive package. I'll do the bath, haircut, nails, ears, and a quick dental check.
That sounds excellent. What is the estimated price for a miniature poodle for this service? For a mobile session with his size and breed, it will be $80, plus a small travel fee depending on your location. That's reasonable for the convenience of not having to drive him to a salon. He gets very carsick. That's exactly why people love mobile grooming. It's much less stressful for pets who hate travel. I'll send you my address via text right now. Do you need a place to plug in your van's power? No, my van is fully self-contained with its own water tank and generator. I just need a flat spot to park. Great. We have a wide driveway you can use. Sparky and I will be waiting for you at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Excellent. I'll send you a confirmation text once I'm on my way. Looking forward to meeting Sparky.
Thanks a lot. He really needs a makeover. Don't worry, I'll have him looking like a show dog in no time. See you then. Have a great day. You too. Bye for now.
Renting a surfboard. Daniel, I've accumulated so much laundry this week that my small machine at home just couldn't handle it.
I hear you. Plus, these heavy-duty dryers actually get the towels fluffy instead of leaving them damp.
Which machine are you going to use? I think that extra large one is perfect for my bed sheets.
I'll take the one right next to it. What setting are you going to use for that pile of delicates?
I'm going with a cold wash and a gentle spin because I'm terrified of my favorite sweater shrinking.
Good call. Do you prefer using liquid detergent or those convenient pods?
I find the pods much easier to toss in without making a sticky mess everywhere.
I usually stick to fragrance-free liquid detergent because my skin is quite sensitive.
Don't forget to add some fabric softener for the linens. It makes a huge difference.
Wait, this machine only takes quarters. Do you have any change on you?
I have a few rolls of quarters in my bag, so we don't need to use the bill changer.
Perfect. I've just started the cycle. It says it will take about 40 minutes.
Let's set a timer on our phone so we don't leave our clothes sitting in the washer.
I agree. It's basic laundromat etiquette to move your stuff as soon as it's done.
Since we have some time, do you want to grab a quick coffee at the cafe down the street?
That sounds like a plan. I definitely need a caffeine fix while we wait.
How long do you think these dryers take? I heard they are pretty powerful.
Usually 20 minutes is plenty for a full load, even for heavy jeans.
We should be back in 30 minutes then, just in time for the drying cycle.
No problem. I'll help you carry that heavy wet rug out when the time comes.
You're a lifesaver, Daniel. Doing chores is much better with some company.
It really is. It beats staring at the machine spinning in a tiny apartment.
Look, the suds are already filling up the window. It's actually kind of relaxing to watch.
Okay, coffee time. Let's head out before the cafe gets too crowded.
Lead the way. I'm craving a latte right now.
I'll race you there. Don't forget your phone.
Got it. I'm ready when you are.
Let's go. We need to be back before the buzzer goes off.
Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on the clock.
Great. See you at the finish line.
At the community mailbox. Daniel, do you have the key for the cluster box? I've been expecting a small parcel all morning.
I have it right here. Let's see what we've got today besides the usual pile of bills.
Oh, wait a minute. This padded envelope isn't for us. The address says 42B, but we are 42D.
Not again. That's the third time this month the mail carrier has mixed up our units.
It's so frustrating. I'll have to walk this over to the neighbor's house later or leave it in the outgoing mail slot.
Just leave it in the outgoing slot with a note. It's safer than trying to catch them at home.
Look at all these grocery store flyers. They are taking up so much space in our tiny box.
I know. The local supermarket sends these out every single Tuesday without fail.
I wish we could opt out of these physical circulars and just get the digital versions on our phones.
There's usually a number you can call to get off the mailing list, but it takes forever to process.
Look at this junk mail. Current resident letters are the absolute worst.
Most of it is just credit card offers and insurance promotions that go straight into the recycling bin.
I feel so bad about the amount of paper waste we generate just by checking the mail.
At least the community has a recycling bin right next to the mailboxes now.
That's a small mercy. Did my package actually arrive, or is the locker still empty?
Checking the large parcel locker. No key in our box, so it's definitely not here yet.
That's strange. The tracking app said it was out for delivery since 8 o'clock this morning.
Maybe the driver is running behind schedule. It's been raining pretty hard all day.
True. I'll give it until tomorrow before I start a missing package claim online.
Good idea. Let's head back inside before we get soaked standing out here.
Wait, I found a coupon for that pizza place we like hidden inside this junk mail.
See? I guess checking the mail isn't a total loss after all.
One useful piece of paper out of 20 is still a pretty bad ratio, Daniel.
Fair enough. Let's grab the bills and get out of the cold.
I'll take the flyers to the bin. You take the neighbor's misdelivered mail to the slot.
Deal. I hope the 42B neighbor appreciates our honesty.
I'm sure they would do the same for us if our package ended up in their box.
Let's hope so. Ready to go?
Ready. Let's get home and recycle all this extra paper.
Right behind you. Watch out for that puddle.
Borrowing a tool from a neighbor.
Hey, Daniel. Do you think our neighbor, Mr. Henderson, is home? I really need to borrow a tall ladder to reach the gutters.
I saw his car in the driveway a minute ago. Why don't we just walk over and ask him?
I always feel a bit awkward asking for favors, but I really don't want to buy a 6-foot ladder for a 10-minute job.
Neighbors usually don't mind, as long as you return things in good shape. Oh, there he is in his garage.
Hi, Mr. Henderson. Sorry to bother you, but do you happen to have a ladder or maybe a power drill we could borrow?
We're working on a small DIY project to fix the loose siding and clean out the autumn leaves.
I also realized I need to tighten some heavy-duty screws on the patio fence that are starting to wobble.
A power drill would make the job go so much faster than using a manual screwdriver.
That's very kind of you. An extension ladder would be perfect for the height of our roofline.
We promise to be extremely careful with it and have it back to your garage by this evening.
Are there any special instructions for the drill? I don't want to burn out the motor or strip the bits.
Got it. Keep it on the low torque setting for the fence screws and make sure the battery is locked in place.
Do you need us to recharge the battery before we bring it back, or do you have a spare one on the dock?
Okay, we will bring it back fully charged then. We really appreciate you helping us out on such short notice.
Daniel, can you grab the other end of the ladder? It's much heavier than it looks.
I've got it. We should probably carry it horizontally so we don't hit any power lines or tree branches.
Good thinking. Let's set it up on the level part of the grass so it doesn't slip while I'm climbing.
I'll stand at the bottom and spot you to make sure the base stays steady.
Thanks. Once I'm done with the gutters, I'll hand down the drill so you can finish the fence.
It's actually kind of fun doing these home repairs ourselves instead of hiring a contractor.
It definitely saves a lot of money, especially when you have a neighbor with a well-stocked workshop.
We should probably bake him some cookies or bring over a 6-pack of soda as a thank you gift.
That's a great idea. It's important to maintain a good relationship with the people on our block.
Almost done. Just 2 more screws on this panel and the fence will be as solid as a rock.
Perfect. I'll start wiping down the ladder so there's no mud on it when we return it.
It looks brand new again. Ready to carry it back over to Mr. Henderson's place?
Ready when you are. Let's make sure we put the drill bits back in the correct slots in the case.
Everything is organized and accounted for. Let's go.
I feel so much better now that those gutters are finally clear.
Me too. Another successful DIY afternoon in the books.
Reporting a leaky faucet to the landlord. Hi, Daniel. I can't take it anymore. That dripping sound from the kitchen sink is driving me absolutely crazy.
I know, it's been getting louder every night. I think it's time we finally give the landlord a call to get it fixed.
Hi, Mr. Miller. It's Sophia from Unit 4C. I'm calling to report a persistent leak in our kitchen faucet.
Tell him it's not just a slow drip anymore. It's practically a steady stream of wasted water now.
Yes, the dripping sound is constant, and we're worried it might lead to a much higher water bill this month.
Ask him if he thinks the washer inside the handle has worn out or if the entire fixture needs to be replaced.
We tried tightening the handles as much as possible, but the water still seeps through the base of the spout.
It's becoming quite urgent because the moisture is starting to collect under the sink near the pipes.
We really want to avoid any potential water damage to the wooden cabinets underneath the countertop.
Did he say when he could send a professional plumber over to take a look at the situation?
He says he has a local plumber who is available either tomorrow morning or late Friday afternoon.
Tomorrow morning would be perfect since I'll be working from home and can let him into the apartment.
Mr. Miller, could you confirm if the plumber will arrive between 9 and 11 in the morning?
That's great. I'll make sure the area under the sink is cleared out so the plumber has easy access.
Should we expect to pay for the repair ourselves, or is this covered under our standard rental agreement?
Usually, plumbing maintenance for normal wear and tear is the landlord's responsibility.
Okay, he confirmed that he will handle the invoice directly with the plumbing company.
That's a relief. I was worried we might have to deal with a complicated reimbursement process later.
I'll send a quick follow-up text to the landlord just to have the appointment time in writing for our records.
Good idea. I'll also put a small bucket under the leak for now to catch the water and dampen the noise.
I can't wait to have some peace and quiet in the kitchen again, without that constant tap, tap, tap sound.
It's amazing how such a small leak can feel like such a massive problem when you're trying to sleep.
I'm just glad the landlord was so responsive this time. Sometimes it's a struggle to get a hold of him.
I think he realizes that a small plumbing fix now is much cheaper than a flooded kitchen later.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation for both the tenant and the property owner.
I'll keep my phone nearby tomorrow morning in case the plumber needs to call me for directions.
Thanks for taking care of that, Daniel. I'll be at the office, so I'll check in with you during lunch.
No problem. Hopefully it's a quick 10-minute fix and we can move on with our week.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. See you later.
Talk to you later, Sophia.
Setting up a new smart speaker. Daniel, I'm so excited to finally get this smart speaker out of the box and onto the bookshelf.
It looks really sleek, but let's see if the setup process is as plug and play as the manual claims.
I've plugged it in and the light ring is spinning orange, so I think it's ready to pair with the app.
Make sure your phone's Bluetooth is turned on, or the app won't be able to discover the device.
It found the speaker, but now it's giving me an error message saying it can't connect to the Wi-Fi.
That's strange. Maybe we should try the 2.4 gigahertz band instead of the 5 gigahertz one. Sometimes these devices are picky.
Let me try re-entering the password. I might have made a typo in that long string of characters.
If that doesn't work, we might need to reset the router or move the speaker closer to the access point.
Success! The light turned blue and it says connected. Now we need to choose a voice for the assistant.
Let's go with the one that sounds the most natural. Some of the synthesized voices are a bit too robotic for my taste.
Okay, let's run a test. Hey assistant, what's the weather forecast for tomorrow morning?
Assistant voice simulation. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 22 degrees Celsius.
Wow, the response time is incredibly fast. It's much better than the old model we had.
Now we really need to dive into the privacy settings before we start using it for everything.
I agree. I want to make sure the microphone isn't always listening when we aren't using a trigger word.
We should also disable the feature that saves our voice recordings to the cloud for quality improvement.
I found the toggle in the app. I'm also turning off the personalized ads based on our voice searches.
Good idea. There's a physical mute switch on the back of the device too, which is a nice touch for extra security.
Perfect. I feel much more comfortable using it now that we've locked down the permissions.
Let's try one more command. Hey assistant, play some upbeat Jaws in the kitchen.
The sound quality is surprisingly rich for such a small device. The bass is really deep.
It's going to be so convenient to set kitchen timers and add items to our grocery list hands-free.
Just don't let it order 1,000 boxes of cookies by accident if the kids come over.
I'll make sure to set up a voice profile so it only recognizes our specific commands for purchases.
I'm glad we spent the time to set this up properly. It's going to be a great addition to the living room.
It definitely makes the house feel a bit more futuristic. What should we ask it next?
Let's ask it for a recipe for that pasta dish we wanted to try tonight.
Hey assistant, how do you make a classic carbonara sauce?
Look, it's even sending the step-by-step instructions directly to my phone screen.
Now that is what I call a smart home. Let's get cooking.
Renewing a library card. Daniel, I tried to log into the library app last night to reserve a book, but it said my account has expired.
Mine usually expires every 2 years. We should probably head over to the front desk and get our records updated.
Hi there. I'd like to renew my library card, please. I think it lapsed a few weeks ago.
I can certainly help with that. Can I see your current card and a piece of photo ID?
Here you go. While you're checking the account, could you see if I have any outstanding overdue fines?
It looks like you have a small fine of $2 for a late return on a gardening magazine last month.
Oops, I must have forgotten to drop that one in the return slot before the weekend. Can I settle the balance now?
Of course. Once that's cleared, I can extend your membership for another 2 years.
Great. I've also been meaning to ask about your e-book borrowing system. How do I access digital titles?
You just need to download the Libby app and sign in using your library card number and PIN.
Is there a limit to how many ebooks I can check out at once, or is it the same as physical books?
You can have up to 10 digital items on loan at a time, and they return themselves automatically when they expire.
That's perfect. I'm always worried about late fees, so the automatic return feature is a lifesaver for me.
Do you have a lot of audiobooks available too? I've started listening to them during my morning commute.
Yes, our digital catalog is quite extensive. We even have access to digital magazines and language learning courses.
That's incredible. I had no idea the library offered so many modern resources for free.
Since my card is active again, I'd like to request a specific title that wasn't on the shelves today.
What is the name of the book? I can check if it's currently at another branch or on the hold list.
It's called The Art of Urban Sketching. I've been looking everywhere for a physical copy.
It's currently checked out, but I can place a hold for you. You'll get an email notification when it's ready for pickup.
That would be wonderful. How long do I usually have to pick it up once it arrives at this branch?
We hold items for 7 days on the reserved shelf before passing them to the next person on the list.
I'll make sure to keep an eye on my inbox then. Thanks for being so helpful today.
Thanks. Oh, wait, can I also get a guest pass for the computer lab? I need to print out a few documents.
Your library card actually gives you 2 hours of free computer time per day. You can just log in at any station.
This place is like a hidden treasure chest of services. I'm definitely going to come here more often.
I told you, it's the best quiet spot in the neighborhood for getting some work done.
Let's go find a cozy corner in the reading room while we wait for those documents to print.
Good idea. I'm going to browse the new arrival section one more time before we go.
I'll meet you by the stairs in 15 minutes.
At the shoe repair shop. Daniel, I'm so glad this shop is still open. I've had these leather boots for 5 years, and I'm not ready to give up on them yet.
They look like high-quality leather. It's definitely better to repair them than to buy a cheap new pair that won't last.
Hi there. I'd like to get these boots resold. The heels are completely worn down on the outer edges.
I see what you mean. You've definitely walked a lot of miles in these. I can replace the entire rubber sole for you.
That would be great. Do you use a standard grip, or can you put on something more slip-resistant for the winter?
I recommend a Vibram sole. It's very durable and provides excellent traction on icy sidewalks.
Perfect. Also, I have this other pair of tall boots, but the zipper on the left one is completely jammed.
The teeth are bent near the bottom. I'll have to replace the entire zipper track.
That sounds like a lot of work. Roughly how much would it cost to fix a broken zipper like this?
It's $35 for the zipper replacement and $50 for the full resoling of the other pair.
$85 in total? That seems fair considering the price of new leather boots these days.
It's a bargain. Plus, you've already broken them in, so they are perfectly molded to your feet.
Exactly. How long does it usually take for these types of repairs? I'm hoping to wear the leather ones this weekend.
I'm quite backed up right now. I can have them ready by next Thursday afternoon at the earliest.
Next Thursday is fine. I'd rather you take your time and do a thorough job on the stitching.
I appreciate your patience. I'll also give them a deep clean and a fresh coat of polish for free.
That's very kind of you. They really need some hydration. The leather is starting to look a bit parched.
Here is your pickup ticket. Please bring this with you or I won't be able to release the shoes.
I'll put it safely in my wallet right now. Do I pay the full amount now or when I pick them up?
A 50% deposit is required up front, and the rest is due upon completion.
No problem. I'll pay the deposit with my card. Daniel, can you hold the ticket for a second?
Got it. I'll set a reminder on my phone for next Thursday, so we don't forget to stop by after work.
I love supporting these small local businesses. You can tell he really takes pride in his craftsmanship.
Me too. There's something very satisfying about seeing an old item being restored to its former glory.
I can't wait to see them. They're going to look brand new with those fresh soles and a shine.
I might bring my loafers in next week. The stitching on the toe is starting to come loose.
You should. He's the best cobbler in the neighborhood.
All right, we're all set. Let's go find some lunch.
Sounds good. I'm starving.
My treat today.
Picking up a prescription. Hi there. I'm here to pick up a prescription for Sophia Miller. My date of birth is June 12th, 1995.
Let me check the system for you. Ah, yes. Your doctor sent over the order for the antibiotics this morning.
Perfect. I wanted to confirm the dosage before I leave. Is it 1 tablet twice a day or 3 times a day?
The instructions say to take 1 capsule every 12 hours, ideally with a meal to avoid an upset stomach.
Should I finish the entire bottle even if I start feeling much better after a few days?
Absolutely. You must complete the full 10-day course to ensure the infection is completely cleared.
Are there any potential side effects I should be aware of? I have a busy week and don't want to feel too drowsy.
Drowsiness isn't common with this one, but it might make your skin more sensitive to sunlight.
That's good to know. I'll make sure to wear extra sunscreen if I'm heading outdoors.
Also, try to avoid taking it at the same time as any dairy products or calcium supplements, as they can interfere with absorption.
I'll keep that in mind. Can we check the insurance coverage for this? I'm hoping it's on my plan's preferred list.
Let me run your card through the system. It looks like your insurance covers 80% of the cost.
That's a relief.
What is my remaining copay amount for the remaining 20%?
Your total today comes to $15.50. Would you like to pay with card or cash?
I'll pay with my card. Daniel, can you grab me a bottle of water from that aisle while I finish up here?
Sure thing. Do you want the room temperature one or one from the refrigerated section?
Cold would be great, thanks. Oh, and check if they have any of those electrolyte drinks on sale too.
I see them right here. They're buy one, get one half off today.
Grab 2 flavors then. To pharmacist, does this medication require refrigeration once the seal is broken? No, this specific type can be stored at room temperature in a dry place, away from direct light. Thank you so much for the detailed explanation. It really helps put my mind at ease. You're very welcome. If you have any more questions once you get home, don't hesitate to give us a call. I will do that. Here's my card for the payment.
Here you go. Everything you need is in the bag, including the informational pamphlet.
Thanks again. Daniel, did you find the drinks?
Got them. I also grabbed some travel-sized hand sanitizer since we were already in line.
Good thinking. Let's head home so I can take my first dose and rest up.
I'll drive. You just focus on getting better.
Deal. Let's get out of here.
Take care, Sophia.
At the key cutter. Daniel, I've been meaning to get a spare set of house keys made for months. I'm always terrified I'll lock myself out one day.
It's a smart move. We should probably give the spare set to your sister since she lives just 10 minutes away.
Hi there. I need to get 2 copies of this front door key made, please.
Sure thing. Let me check the Blink key rack to find the right match for this brand.
It's a standard Schlage lock. I hope the machine can make an exact replica so I don't have to jiggle it in the lock.
Our machine is laser calibrated, so it produces a very precise cut every time.
That's a relief. While you're doing that, do you sell those colorful rubber keycaps?
Yes, they are right here in this display tray. We have neon green, bright pink, and even some patterned ones.
I'll take a bright pink one for my main key and a blue one for the spare so I can tell them apart in the dark.
I think I'll get a neon green one for my gym locker key. I'm always fumbling with it in the locker room.
How long does the actual cutting process take? I'm in a bit of a rush to catch the bus.
It only takes about 90 seconds per key. The machine starts whirring.
Wow, that's much faster than the old manual grinders I remember from years ago.
Here you go. I've smoothed down the edges so they aren't sharp to the touch.
Thanks. Let me try sliding them onto my key ring to make sure the hole is big enough.
They look perfect. Sometimes the cheap copies have a tiny hole that won't fit a heavy-duty keyring.
This fits snugly. It actually makes the key much easier to grip and turn.
Do you offer any smart keys or the ones with the electronic chips for cars here as well?
We can duplicate most transponder keys, but those require a bit of programming time.
I'll bring my car key in next week then. I've only got one and the dealership wants a fortune for a second one.
I'm glad we stopped here. It's such a small chore, but it gives me so much peace of mind.
How much do I owe you for the 2 copies and the 3 rubber caps?
That will be $12.50 in total, tax included.
Here's $15. You can keep the change for the great service.
Much appreciated. Have a wonderful afternoon, you two.
Thanks, you too.
Let's go test the new keys on the front door before we do anything else. Good idea. If they don't work, we can just pop back in and have him trim them down a bit.
I bet they'll work perfectly on the first try. Let's head home.
Donating old clothes. Daniel, I can't believe we finally cleared out the spare closet. These 4 bags of clothes have been sitting there for months.
It feels good to declutter, doesn't it? I'm just glad we're donating them instead of just throwing them away.
Hi there. We have a few bags of gently used clothing to drop off. Is this the right spot for donations?
Yes, you can just set them right there on the counter. We appreciate you thinking of our charity shop.
I wanted to double check. What specific items do you currently accept besides basic apparel?
We take shoes, handbags, and linens as long as they are clean and in sellable condition.
Do you accept winter coats and heavy blankets? I have a few that are still in excellent shape, but just too big for our apartment.
Definitely. Those are actually our most requested items this time of year, since the temperature is dropping.
Are there any items that you strictly do not accept? I don't want to leave you with things you can't use.
We cannot take stained or torn clothing, and for hygiene reasons, we don't accept used pillows or mattresses.
That makes sense. I made sure to wash everything and check for any broken zippers or missing buttons before packing.
That's very thoughtful. It saves our volunteers a lot of time during the sorting process.
Since these were fairly high-quality items, I'd like to get a tax receipt for the donation if possible.
Of course, I can provide you with a blank donation receipt that you can fill out with the estimated value of the goods.
Thank you. Do I need to list every single item individually, or can I just group them by category?
Grouping them is fine. For example, you can write 1 bag of men's shirts or 3 pairs of winter boots.
Perfect. I'll fill this out right now. Daniel, do you remember how many sweaters were in that blue bag?
I think there were at least 5. Most of them were those heavy wool ones you bought in Scotland.
Right, I'll note those down. It's nice to know they'll be going to someone who truly needs them.
Do you guys also take small kitchen appliances like blenders or toasters, or just textiles?
We do take small appliances, provided they are in working order and have all their cords and accessories.
Great. I have an old air fryer that works perfectly. I'll bring it by next weekend when I drop off my books.
Here's the completed form. Thanks for making this such an easy process.
Thank you, Sophia. Every donation helps us fund our community outreach programs.
It's a win-win for everyone. Our closet is empty, and the charity gets some great stock for the shop.
I think I'm going to browse the book section for a minute before we leave. I might find a hidden gem.
Daniel, the whole point of today was to have fewer things in the house, not more.
Just 1 book won't hurt. I promise to donate 2 more for everyone I buy.
Fine, but let's be quick. I'm ready to go grab some lunch and enjoy our clean apartment.
Deal. Let's see what they have on the shelves.
Refilling a water gallon. Daniel, can you help me grab the empty 5-gallon jugs from the trunk? We're down to the last drop at home.
I've got them. Let's head over to the self-service station. It's much cheaper than buying individual bottles at the grocery store.
I agree. Plus, it's much more environmentally friendly since we're reusing the same containers every week.
Look, there's a new touchscreen on the dispenser. It looks like the price per gallon has gone up a little bit.
It says 50 cents per gallon now. It used to be 35, didn't it?
You're right, but even at 50 cents, it's still a bargain compared to the brand name stuff in the aisles.
True. Let's start with the first jug. Should I select the reverse osmosis or the alkaline water option?
Let's stick with the reverse osmosis. It's perfect for making coffee and doesn't have that mineral aftertaste.
Okay, I'm placing the jug under the spout. I need to make sure the opening is perfectly centered so it doesn't splash.
I'll handle the payment. Does this machine take mobile pay or do I need to insert a physical card?
It has the tap to pay symbol right next to the coin slot. Just hold your phone near the sensor.
The water starts flowing. Wow, the pressure is really high today. It's filling up much faster than usual.
I need to keep a close eye on the fill line. I don't want it to overflow and soak my shoes.
Almost there. And stop. Perfect timing. That's exactly 5 gallons.
Can you help me screw the cap on tightly? I always struggle to get it sealed properly.
I'll give it an extra twist. We don't want 40 pounds of water spilling all over the back seat.
I'll start the second one. While it's filling, can you check if we have any spare caps in the glove box?
I think I saw a bag of them in there. The old ones are starting to get a bit worn out and leaky.
Good thinking. Okay, that's the second jug done. Now comes the hard part, the heavy lifting.
I'll carry the big ones. You can take the smaller 2-gallon bottle. It's much easier on the back.
Are you sure you can handle both? Those 5-gallon jugs weigh over 40 pounds each when they're full.
It's fine. I'll just use the handles and do one in each hand for balance. It's like a mini workout.
Just watch your step on that curb. The last thing we need is a dropped jug and a cracked driveway.
I'm going slow and steady. Can you unlock the trunk so I can slide them straight in?
Done. I'll put a towel down underneath them just in case there's any residual moisture on the outside.
Perfect. That should last us at least another week, even with all the tea you've been drinking lately.
Hey, staying hydrated is important. Thanks for doing the heavy lifting, Daniel.
My pleasure. Let's head home and get these into the dispenser.
Sounds good. I'm ready for a cold glass of water right now. Ordering a custom birthday cake. Daniel, we really need to finalize the order for your sister's birthday cake. The party is this weekend.
You're right. Let's talk to the head baker here. I've heard their custom designs are incredible.
Hi. We'd like to place an order for a custom birthday cake for this Saturday afternoon.
We're looking for something that serves about 15 people. What size would you recommend for that?
A 9-inch round double-layer cake would be perfect for that many guests.
That sounds great. Now for the hard part, choosing the sponge flavor. What are our options?
We have classic Madagascar vanilla, rich dark chocolate, or a zesty lemon chiffon.
My sister is a total chocolate lover, so let's definitely go with the dark chocolate sponge.
Excellent choice. And for the filling, would you like a fruit preserve or perhaps a salted caramel?
Let's go with the salted caramel filling. It pairs so well with dark chocolate.
What about the frosting? Do you prefer a light whipped cream or a more stable buttercream?
Since the party is outdoors, a vanilla bean buttercream would probably hold up better in the heat.
Perfect. Now let's discuss the decoration. Do you have a specific color scheme in mind?
We were thinking of a pale lilac base with some delicate gold accents and maybe some fresh flowers on top.
That sounds beautiful. We can definitely do some hand-painted gold leaf around the edges.
For the inscription on the top, could you write Happy 30th Birthday, Sarah, in gold script?
Of course. Would you like the lettering to be centered or off to the side to make room for the flowers?
Let's center so it's the main focus when she opens the box.
Got it. Now we just need to set a pickup time. When would work best for you on Saturday?
The party starts at 4, so could we pick it up around 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
1 o'clock works perfectly. We'll have it boxed up and chilled so it stays firm during the drive.
Do we need to pay a deposit today to secure the date on your calendar?
Yes, a $20 deposit is required. The total will be $65, including the custom decorations.
That's very reasonable for a custom cake. I'll pay the deposit right now.
Can I get your phone number just in case we have any questions while we're assembling the cake?
Sure, it's 555-0123. I'm really looking forward to seeing the final product.
I'm sure it's going to be a showstopper. Sarah is going to love it.
Thanks for all your help. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon.
My pleasure. Have a wonderful day, you two. Asking for directions in a mall. Daniel, this mall is way bigger than I remembered. I think we've been walking in circles for 10 minutes.
I'm completely turned off by the layout, too. We really need to find a directory or ask someone for help.
Excuse me. Hi, we are looking for the main department store, Grand Plaza. Do you know which way it is?
Of course. You're actually on the wrong side of the building. You need to head past the food court.
Oh, I see. Is the department store on this level, or do we need to take the escalator up?
It's actually located on the lower level. You'll need to go down 1 floor.
When you say lower level, do you mean the basement or just the first floor?
In this mall, the basement is just for parking. The lower level is where the retail shops start.
Thanks for clarifying. We're also looking for the nearest restroom before we start our shopping.
There's a set of restrooms right behind the elevators, just past the cinema entrance.
Is that on this level, or is it tucked away in a corner somewhere?
It's on this level, tucked down a small hallway between the shoe store and the tech shop.
Great. And one last thing, is there a pharmacy near the department store?
Yes, there's a small pharmacy right inside the north entrance of Grand Plaza.
Perfect. Daniel, did you get all that? Past the food court, down the escalator, but check the restroom first.
Got it. So we stay on the main level for the restroom, then hit the lower level for everything else.
Exactly. I always get confused when malls use terms like concourse, main, and upper.
Me too. Numbers like 1, 2, and 3 are so much easier to follow.
Thank you so much for your help. We would have been lost all day.
No problem at all. Enjoy your shopping.
Wait, I just realized I need to find an ATM too. Is there one near the elevators?
Yes, there are 3 different bank ATMs right next to the restrooms I mentioned.
That's super convenient. We can handle everything in one stop.
Do the elevators go all the way down to the basement parking, or do we need a different set for that?
Those specific elevators go to all retail floors and both levels of the basement parking.
Excellent. That makes it much easier to find the car later when we have heavy bags.
Let's head toward the cinema then. I think I see the sign for the elevators over there.
I see it too. It's right next to that giant digital map.
Let's go. My feet are already starting to ache and we haven't even started shopping.
I told you to wear your comfortable sneakers today, Sophia.
I know. I'll listen to you next time.
Lead the way to the elevators.
Waiting in a long queue. Daniel, I can't believe this line. It's wrapping all the way around the corner of the building.
I knew this new brunch spot was popular, but I didn't expect a 40-minute wait on a Tuesday morning.
Do you think they're understaffed today, or is it always this chaotic during the grand opening week?
It might be a bit of both. I saw a sign on the door saying they were still looking for experienced baristas.
That would explain why the queue is barely moving. Everyone in front of us looks pretty impatient.
Look at that group at the front. They've been waiting for at least 10 minutes just to get their names on the list.
I wonder if there's some kind of special promotion going on that we didn't hear about.
Actually, I think I saw a post on social media about a buy one, get one free deal for their signature pancakes.
Oh, that definitely explains the crowd. Everyone loves a good discount, especially for gourmet breakfast food.
My stomach is literally growling. I'm starting to wonder if a stock of pancakes is worth an hour of standing on the sidewalk.
I'm feeling the same way. My coffee cravings are reaching a critical level right now.
Should we stick it out for another 15 minutes and see if the line speeds up, or should we just call it quits?
If we leave now, we could probably get a table immediately at that quiet little bistro 2 blocks away.
True, but their French toast isn't nearly as famous as the food here. It's a tough choice.
Let's look at it this way. If we stay, we might not get our food until noon. At that point, it's basically lunch.
You're right, my brunch would turn into a very late luncheon.
Wait, I just saw 3 people leave the line ahead of us. Maybe that's a sign that the wait is shortening?
Or maybe they just gave up and went to the bistro too.
Let's give it 5 more minutes. If we aren't at the door by then, we are officially jumping ship.
Deal. I'll start looking up the menu for the other place just in case we need a backup plan.
It's such a beautiful day anyway. I guess standing in the sun for a bit isn't the worst thing in the world.
I just wish I had brought a book or something to keep me occupied during this marathon wait.
We could always play a game of people watching to pass the time. Check out that guy's amazing hat.
Okay, that hat is definitely a conversation starter. Maybe he's the reason the line is so long.
All right, the 5 minutes are up and the line hasn't budged an inch. What's the verdict?
I'm out. My hunger has officially overridden my curiosity about these famous pancakes.
I'm with you. Let's head to the bistro. I can already taste the scrambled eggs and peace and quiet.
Best decision we've made all morning. Lead the way, Sophia.
Bye-bye pancakes. Maybe we'll try again on a random Wednesday in 3 months.
Sounds like a much better plan. Let's go.
Paying a parking meter. Daniel, we finally found a spot. It's right in front of the museum, but look at that complicated parking meter.
It looks like one of those modern ones that doesn't even take coins. Everything seems to be app-based now.
Let me see. The sign says we have to download the Park City app and enter our zone number, which is 4021.
I hate having to download a new app just to park for an hour. Is there a guest checkout option on the website instead?
It looks like there's a QR code we can scan. Let me try to open it with my camera.
While you're doing that, check the hourly rate. This area is usually pretty expensive because it's so central.
Wow, it's $4.50 per hour, and there's a maximum stay of only 2 hours.
That's a steep price, but it's still cheaper than the private garage around the corner.
The app is asking for our license plate number. Do you remember the last 3 digits of the rental car?
I think it was 789. Let me double check the back of the car real quick. Yep, BXR 789.
Okay, I've entered the plate and selected 90 minutes. I hope that's enough time to see the main exhibit.
I'm a bit worried about getting a ticket if we're even a minute late. The traffic wardens here are notorious for being strict.
I'll set the app to send me a 5-minute warning notification so we can head back to the car in time.
Good idea. I've heard they start writing the citation the second the clock hits 0.
The payment finally went through. It says our session is active until 3:30 this afternoon.
Does the app allow us to top up or extend the time remotely if we decide to stay longer?
Yes, as long as we don't exceed the 2-hour maximum for this specific zone.
That gives me some peace of mind. I'd hate to come back and find a $50 fine on the windshield.
Me too. I still remember that time in London when we got a ticket because we couldn't find the pay station.
Don't remind me. That was a very expensive afternoon of sightseeing.
Wait, does the meter say no parking after 4 p.m. for street cleaning today?
Checking the sign. Oh, you're right. It says tow-away zone starting at 4 o'clock sharp.
Phew, it's a good thing we checked. We definitely need to be back and gone by then.
Let's just set our internal timer for 3:45 p.m. to be absolutely safe from the tow trucks.
Agreed. I'm not taking any chances with this rental car.
All right, the meter is virtual, the app is running, and the car is locked. Let's go see some art.
Lead the way. I'm ready to stop worrying about parking and start enjoying the day.
Right behind you. Don't forget where we parked. All these streets look exactly the same.
I've already dropped a pin on my digital map. We're all set.
You've thought of everything today, Sophia. Let's go.
At the florist. Daniel, the smell in here is absolutely heavenly. I want to pick out a few individual stems to make a custom bouquet for the dining table.
It's much better than buying a pre-made supermarket bunch. Everything here looks so much fresher and more vibrant.
Hi, I'd like to pick out some stems myself. Could you tell me which of these seasonal flowers tend to last the longest in a vase?
If you're looking for longevity, I'd highly recommend the alstromerias or the carnations. They can easily last up to 2 weeks.
I love the look of these lilies too, but I'm worried about the pollen staining the tablecloth once they fully open.
You can actually snip the stamens off with a pair of scissors as soon as they bloom to prevent any messy yellow dust.
That's a great tip. I think I'll take 3 of those white lilies and a few stems of this deep purple eucalyptus for some greenery.
Those sunflowers over there are stunning too. Do they have a decent vase life or do they wilt quickly?
Sunflowers are quite sturdy, but they are heavy drinkers, so you'll need to change the water every couple of days.
I'll take 2 of the sunflowers then. They'll add a nice pop of bright yellow to the arrangement.
Should I trim the stems at an angle once I get them home, or do you handle the initial pruning here?
I'll give them a fresh cut for you now, but it's always a good idea to trim another centimeter off every time you change the water.
Perfect. I'm going for a very natural, wildflower look. Could you wrap them simply in some plain brown paper?
Of course. I'll secure them with some twine and add a little pocket of flower food to help them stay hydrated.
I prefer the brown paper over the clear plastic. It feels much more rustic and sophisticated.
I agree. It makes it look like we just gathered them from a garden in the countryside.
How much does each stem of the lilies cost? I want to make sure I'm staying within my budget for the week.
The lilies are $4 per stem, and the sunflowers are $3. The greenery is included for free since you're making a bundle.
That's very generous of you. So that's 12 for the lilies and 6 for the sunflowers. $18 total?
Exactly. It's a beautiful combination. The purple and yellow are going to look very striking together.
I love how you've arranged them so the taller stems are in the back.
Do you have any of those small wooden to from tags? I'd like to write a tiny note even though it's just for us. I have some right here by the register. You're welcome to use the calligraphy pen to write your message. That's a lovely touch. I'll just write Happy Spring on it.
I'm so happy with these. They're going to brighten up the whole kitchen.
Me too. Thanks for all your help and the great advice on keeping them alive.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your flowers and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks. Ready to go, Sophia? I'll carry them so they don't get crushed in the car.
You're the best. Let's head home.